Okay, I1 and I2 is given. It's also given that I2 is equal to alpha times I1. What is the value of alpha? Okay, now I can write I2 is equal to integral 0 to 1. Okay, 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 100 into 1 minus x whole power 50. You multiply, you get back the same thing. Okay, add the powers, you will get 1 minus x whole power 101 only. That is I2. I can write I2 is equal to, if you multiply this is 0 to 1, 1 minus x 1 minus x power 50 whole power 100. Okay, minus integration of, so dx, right? Minus integration 0 to 1. 0 to 1, so this is 1 minus x power 50, okay, whole to the power of 100 into x to the power of 50 dx. So I2 is equal to 0 to 1, 1 minus x power 50 whole power 100 is same as I1. Okay, this minus I'll write plus, write 0 to 1, 1 minus x to the power of 50, okay, whole to the power of 100, and then this is minus, I will write this as x to the power of 49, okay, into x dx. So both are same, guys. I2 is equal to I1, okay, plus divide by 50 and multiply by 50. So this is 0 to 1, 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 100. If you multiply by 50, you get 50 into x to the power of 49, okay, and then x dx. I can write this as I2 is equal to I1. I2 is equal to I1 plus 1 upon 50 plus 1 upon 50 integration of 0 to 1. 0 to 1, 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 100. Okay, and then minus 50 x to the power of 49 can be written as d of 1 minus x to the power of 50. D of 1 minus x per 50 is 50 x to the power of 49 into x dx. Okay, so I2 is equal to I1. This I2 is equal to I1 plus this 1 upon 50. Okay, 0 to 1. I'll keep this x as first function. 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 100 into this d of 1 minus x to the power of 50. Okay, so there's no dx here, only x. Okay, so this is x. Now I'm going to keep this as first function. Okay, take this as second function and use by parts. I2 is equal to I1. Okay, plus 1 upon 50. First function is x. Integration of second function is 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 101. First integral of second, this is 101 divided by 101. First integral of second minus integral of second. So this is 1 minus, I'm integrating 1 minus x per 50 with respect to 1 minus x per 50. Minus integral of second. Okay, and then differentiation of x is 1. So this entire thing is multiplied by 1 minus x per 1 by 50. So don't forget that. Okay, actually 1 upon 50, and then I use by parts. Okay, now I2 is equal to, this is equal to I1 plus this is equal to 1 by 50, okay, into 1 by 101, x into 1 minus x to the power of 50 whole to the power of 101 whole to the, between the limit 0 to 1, minus 1 divided by, if you open the bracket, you get 5050, okay, and then 0 to 1, 1 minus x to the power of 50, x power 50, and then whole power 101. Okay, whole to the power of 101 dx. So this equal to I2 is equal to I1. Okay, plus 1 divided by 5050, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit 1 minus 1 0, lower limit x is 0, this will be 0. Minus 1 by 5050, okay, and then this will be equal to 0 to 1, 1 minus x power 50 whole power 101 is same as I2. Okay, look at the question. So this is same as I2. So this will be I2. You shift on the left side. Okay, so anyways this is 0. This will be 0. Okay, this everything will be 0. I can write this as I2 plus 1 divided by 5050. Okay, I2 is equal to I1. Okay, I'm going to take I2 common and cross multiply. You get 5051 upon 5050. Okay, is equal to I1. Okay, now the question is I2 is equal to okay, I2 is equal to 5050 upon 5051. Okay, upon this is 50 upon this is 5051 into I1. So this is of the form I2 is equal to, okay, alpha into I1. Alpha is equal to 5050 divided by 5051. That's the first option only. Okay, answer is option A, guys. 56 is option A. Let's move to the next question. Okay, now follow carefully. I can write this as 4 alpha into a bracket. Okay, minus 1 to 2 can be written as minus 1 to 0 e to the power of minus alpha into mod x dx, minus 1 to 0, and then I'll write 0 to 1. Both are same. Minus 1 to 2 is minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 2, because upper limit will be 2, right? Minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 2. 0 to 2 e to the power of minus alpha into mod x dx is equal to 5. Okay, I should find the value of alpha. So this is equal to 4 alpha. Between minus 1 and 0, mod x is negative, so true minus signs will be positive. So you get e power alpha x dx. Okay, and then plus between 0 and 2, mod x is plus x, so e power minus alpha into x dx is equal to 5. Okay, so this 4 by alpha, if you want I can shift here itself. First only we can shift. So this becomes, if I shift on the right side, this becomes 4 divided by 5 divided by 4 alpha. Integration of e power x is e power ax is e power ax divided by alpha between the limits minus 1 to 0. Again this is equal to e power minus alpha x divided by minus alpha. Okay, between the limits 0 to 2 is equal to 5 divided by 4 alpha. So 1 by alpha I'll keep as it is. Upper limit e power 0 is 1, lower limit e power minus alpha. Okay, and then this minus 1 by alpha, upper limit will be equal to e power minus 2 alpha, lower limit e power 0 is 1 is equal to 5 divided by 4 alpha. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll multiply by alpha. By this line there. Here itself I can continue. So multiply by alpha. If you multiply throughout by alpha, both sides by alpha, you get 1 minus e to the power of minus alpha. Okay, open the bracket, you get minus e power minus 2 alpha, and then minus and minus is plus. If you open the bracket, is equal to 5 upon 4. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm going to take e power minus alpha is equal to t. Later I'll substitute back. So this becomes 2 minus t square is equal to 5 upon 4. Okay, cross multiply, you get 8 minus 4t minus 4t square is equal to 5. Shift on the right side, you get 4t square plus 4t minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is 4, right? So you get 6 minus 2. So 4t square plus 6t minus 2t minus 3 is equal to 0. I'm going to take 2t common, so you get 2t plus 3. Take minus 1 common, you get 2t plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so 2t plus 3 is equal to 0. You will get t is equal to minus 3 by 2 and t is equal to half. Okay, t cannot be e power minus 3 by 2 because t is actually e power minus alpha. So e power x cannot be negative. So this is equal to 1 upon 2. So minus alpha is equal to log 1 by 2 to the base e. Minus alpha is equal to log 1 by 2 is minus log 2. Minus and minus cancels, alpha is equal to log 2. Okay, alpha is equal to log 2 to the base c. That's answer is option C, guys. Okay, now See, in this question, f of x is equal to f of x is equal to f of a plus b plus 1 minus x. This is fx. Okay, f of 1 plus x, if I replace x by x plus 1 plus x, f of 1 plus x will be equal to f of a plus b plus 1. Okay, and x can be written as 1 plus x. So f of 1 plus x is equal to, okay, f of, if you open the bracket, it is equal to a plus b minus x. Yes, this is f of 1 plus x. Okay, and this is f of x. Okay, now I take I is equal to, okay, 1 upon a plus b, 1 upon a plus b integration of a to b, okay, x into f of x, okay, plus f of x plus 1 dx. F of x plus 1 dx, call this equation 1. I'm going to use the property a to b f of x dx. A to b f of x dx is equal to integral a to b, okay, f of a plus b minus x dx. So you get I is equal to 1 upon a plus b, okay, integration a to b, change x to lower plus upper minus x. Okay, here also same, change x to lower plus upper minus x, plus f of change x to lower plus upper minus x plus 1 will be there, and then close the bracket dx. Now I is equal to 1 upon a plus b, okay, this is a to b, this is a plus b minus x, okay, close the bracket. F of a plus b minus x will be equal to f of 1 plus x. Just now we found out this is f of 1 plus x, and f of a plus b minus x plus 1, that is already given, that is same as fx. So this is fx. Okay, now if I multiply, I is equal to 1 upon a plus b, okay, integration a to b. So this is integral a to b, okay, so this is equal to a plus b, into a bracket you get f of 1 plus x minus f of x dx, okay, minus 1 upon a plus b, integral a to b, this will be equal to x into a bracket, you get f of 1 plus x, okay, plus f of x dx, close the bracket. Okay, this is same as I1. So let me take this as okay, so this is same as I, right? This is same as I. Okay, you shift on the left side, it will be 2i. So I get 2i is equal to, shift on the left side, so this becomes 2i. Okay, 2i is equal to, now if you open the integral here, this a plus b will cancel with a plus b. Okay, so this is a to b f of 1 plus x. Okay, so I will write here I is equal 2i is equal to integral a to b, okay, f of 1 plus x plus integration a to b, okay, and then you get f of x dx. See, actually two options can be correct. I'll prove it. Okay, now listen. From here 2i is equal to, okay, integration of a to b, change x to lower plus upper minus x. If I use the property, this can be written as a plus b minus x dx, change x to lower plus upper minus x. Okay, now second integral I'll keep as it is, this is equal to plus, so this is dx, this I'll keep as it is, this is equal to a to b, and then this is f of x dx. Now 2i is equal to integration a to b, f of a plus b minus x plus 1 dx is same as fx, that is already given in the question. So this is fx, this will be fx, okay, and then this is fx, a to b f of x dx. Alright, now 2i is equal to 2 times, okay, so this is equal to 2 times 2 times integration a to b and then f of x dx. This 2 and 2 cancels. Okay, now look into all the options you have when f of x plus 1, f of x, right? So I'm going to put x is equal to t plus 1. Okay, so dx is equal to dt. When x is equal to a, you get t is equal to a minus 1. When x is equal to b, you get t is equal to b minus 1. So I is equal to integration of a minus 1 to b minus 1. Okay, f of x is equal to t plus 1 and then dt. So definite is always independent of variable, right? So I can write this as integration of a minus 1 upper limit to b minus 1 and then f of x plus 1 and then dx. So integration a minus 1 to b minus 1, a minus 1 to b minus 1 f of x plus 1 dx answers option C. Suppose a student does like this, 2i is equal to a to b and then you get f of x plus 1 dx. If I change x to lower plus upper minus x, this will be equal to a to b, change x to lower plus upper minus x dx. Okay, so f of a plus b minus x a to b, f of a plus b minus x will be equal to f of 1 plus x. So this becomes, okay, 2i is equal to integration a to b. This is f of x plus 1. Okay, plus integration of a to b and then you get f of x plus 1. Okay, so this is f of x plus 1 dx. X plus 1 dx. So I get 2i is equal to 2 times integral a to b. Okay, and then this is f of x plus 1 dx, isn't it, guys? I'm going to cancel this 2 and 2. Okay, now I'm going to put x plus 1 equal to t. Okay, so this is x plus 1, f of x plus 1. Now you put x plus 1 equal to t. X plus 1 and then this is dx. I'll put x plus 1 equal to t. You will get dx is equal to dt. Okay, now if x is equal to a, you get t is equal to a plus 1. If x is equal to b, you get t is equal to b plus 1. So this becomes b plus 1. So I is equal to integration of a plus 1 upper limit to b plus 1. Okay, and then this equal to f of t dt. Definite is independent of variable, right? So I can write I is equal to integration of lower limit is a plus 1. Okay, upper limit is b plus 1. B plus 1 and then you get f of x dx. Then I'll get answers option C. Option A plus 1 to b plus 1 f of x dx. You understand? So it depends on the approach. In this particular question, the only question in 2020, whether Jan paper or September paper, where two options can be true. Okay, question number 89. See, if I want to do this problem 1 to 2, first I'll take fx is equal to, okay, 1 upon this is 2x cube minus 9x square, okay, plus 12x plus 4. 12x plus 4 whole to the power of half. If I shift to numerator, you get f of x is equal to 2x cube, okay, minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4 whole to the power of minus half. Okay, now if I differentiate f dash of x is equal to, okay, minus 1 by 2, this is 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4 whole to the power of minus 3 by 2, and then this equals 6x square minus 18x plus 12. Okay, now this equal to minus 1 by 2, okay, this is 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4 whole to the power of plus 3 by 2. Plus 3 by 2, if I take 6 outside, you get x square minus 2x plus 2. Okay, anyways, this will cancel 3 times. Now this is f dash of x. Now let me check where is it increasing and decreasing. Okay, this is f dash of x. Now I should use increasing and decreasing applications of derivative. If I equate this to 0, obviously denominator will be 0. If I cross multiply, you get only x square minus 2x plus 2 will be 0. Remaining are constant terms only, exclude denominator, you cross multiply, it will be 0. X square minus 3x, if you take 6 outside, this x square minus 3x plus 2. So this will be 3. Okay, this will be 3. So this is x minus 1 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. You will get x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. So you get x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Okay, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, fix the roots in increasing order. So first you get 1, then you get 2, start from right. It should be, since f dash of x is negative, I will write minus, plus and minus. Okay, where is it increasing? F is increasing. Okay, so f is increasing in open interval 1 comma 2. So this means that it's an increasing function like this. Between 1 and 2 it is increasing. Okay, 1, 2, this is I integral value, this will be f of 1, this is f of 2. So obviously that this integral I lies between f of 1 and f of 2. Okay, now f of 1, I took actually fx is equal to 1 upon root of 2x cube minus 9x square plus 12x plus 4. F of 1 will be equal to, okay, 1 upon root of 2 minus 9 plus 12 plus 4. 12 plus 4, so this is equal to 1 upon root of, okay, so you get this as 3, 4, 5, 9, root 9, so this is equal to 1 upon 3. Okay, and f of 2 will be equal to 1 upon root of 2 cube is 8, 16, and then 4 9 is 36, 24 plus 4. So you get this as 20 root 8. Root 8 is same as 2 root 2. 1 divided by 2 root 2. Okay, so this is 1 by 3. Okay, less than I and less than 1 by 2 root 2. Yes. Okay, so obviously 1 by 9 is less than I square is less than 1 by 8. So I square lies between 1 by 9 and 1 by 8. Answer is option A. Okay, now 0 to 1 for all real triplets ABC, fx is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. So this is 0 to 1. Fx will be equal to a plus bx, okay, plus cx square. Now if I integrate, integration of ax is a between the limit 0 to 1, integration of x is x square by 2 between the limit 0 to 1, x square is x cube by 3 between the limit 0 to 1. So you will get this as a plus b by 2 plus c by 3. If you take LCM 6, it will be equal to 6a. If you take LCM 6, this will be equal to 6a plus 3b plus 2c. Okay, now I should check which of the following options are true. Right, now follow carefully. Fx is given, right? This is fx. So look into the options now. F of 0 will be equal to a. F of 1 will be equal to a plus b plus c. F of half will be equal to a plus b by 2 plus c by 4. If I multiply by 4, you get 4 into f of half is equal to 4a plus 2b, 4a plus 2b plus c. So this can be written as 1 by 6, I'll keep as it is. I will write this as a plus b plus c, okay, plus 4a plus, okay, plus this will be equal to 4a plus 2b plus c. Add, you will get 6a plus 3b plus c only. 6a plus 3b plus 2c. So this is equal to 1 upon 6. This is f of 0. This is f of 1. Okay, this is 4 into f of half. Okay, that's the answer, guys. Answer is option C. Okay, now I is equal to integration 0 to pi by 0 to 2 pi x into sine power 8x, okay, upon sine power 8 plus cos power 8. Okay, and now call this as equation 1. I'll use the King's property. Integral 0 to a f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So if I use King's property, this becomes I is equal to integral 0 to 2 pi. This will be 2 pi minus x. Okay, sine to the power of 8 of 2 pi minus x upon sine to the power of 8 of 2 pi minus x cos to the power of 8 of 2 pi minus x. 360 minus theta, fourth quadrant sign is negative. Anyways, power is even. So you get 0 to 2 pi x 2 pi minus x. Okay, into a bracket. You get sine to the power of 8 upon sine to the power of 8 plus cos to the power of 8. Now if I separate them, you get 2i is equal to, I is equal to 2 pi is a constant, I'll take outside. This becomes 0 to 2 pi sine to the power of 8 upon sine to the power of 8 plus cos to the power of 8. Okay, plus this is cos to the power of 8 minus integral 0 to 2 pi x into sine to the power of 8x upon sine to the power of 8 plus cos to the power of 8. Okay, this is same as I. You shift on the left side, it will be 2i. 2i is equal to 2 pi. If I multiply by 2, okay, you change x to upper limit minus x, you get the same thing. So this can be written as 2 times 0 to pi sine to the power of 8 upon sine to the power of 8 plus cos to the power of 8 plus this is sine to the power of 8 plus cos to the power of 8. Now 2 and 2 cancels. I can further write this as I is equal to 2 pi. If I further multiply by 2, 0 to pi can be written as 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2 sine power 8x upon sine power 8x plus cos power 8x. Cos power 8x dx. I get I is equal to 4 pi. I is equal to 4 pi. I equal to 4 pi. And then we have done this. I gave you a standard result. If his limit should always be 0 to pi by 2. Here it is f of x to the power of n. Here also f of x to the power of n. Okay, and then here it will be f of pi by 2 minus x whole power n. This is pi by 2 minus x whole to the power of n. Answer will always be equal to pi by 4. Answer will be pi by 4. This is fx again denominator fx to the power of n. This is fx to the power of n. Answer will always be equal to pi by 4. So 4 and 4 cancels. You will get this as pi square. Okay, answer is last option D. Thanks for watching, guys.